platform. You can do this. That's WLW is just, that's my home. It's my place. And then when Harley passed away, I had kind of just, to me, that was like the end of an era for me. It was an end of, maybe it's time for me to close the doors on my wrestling career. Because, I mean, no pun intended, but I'm a round peg in a square world. And I don't look like everybody else. So I knew my opportunities on a bigger scale, probably, you know, not many at all. When I was at the funeral, that's when Nick Aldis and Dave Lagana cornered me and kind of asked me what I was doing. And I told them I was on my way out. And they said, why? And I just gave them the same explanation. And they said, you need to come down to Atlanta and just do one power taping. Just do one, you know, we'll have you produce. You know, don't worry about wrestling. Just, we'll have you produce. And I came down for the one show. And the first thing they asked me was, did you bring your gear? And
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Like, I'm there.
Bro, I've actually been at a show at Bagwell. Bagwell didn't bring his gear, and he has to bring his gear. So it's like every wrestler's like always brought their gear, except for like the one time the guy didn't. Like that's like the guy. There's always one guy through your career that was at a show and they didn't bring his gear. Like, you know, so I like got to see that at least once.
So what sold you on their product, Trev?
Well, my first match when I came in, they said, I asked them the whole, what do you guys want from me? Like, you guys have all been in that situation. Like, what am I here to do? What's my job? And they said, just go be you. And I had to ask them a couple more questions because I've never been given the free reign of just go out there and just be who you are. And when I got out there, it took me a couple minutes. I ended up working with Ricky Starks, which, you know, talented cat.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And we went out there and just killed it. You know what I mean? And the fans, you know, they reminded me that, no, you still got some in the gas tank. You know, there's still a spot for you. Somebody made a comment. They go, Trevor, it's kind of like the Cinderella and this is your shoe. You found your shoe. This company fits you and who you are. And they're right. I've never had anybody just give me a microphone and go, just talk. You're mad at him. Now make it happen. And like, holy shit, like there's no boundaries. There's no stop.
And it's about time because like, I'll give you an example. When you look at like WrestleMania weekend, right? You've wrestled in those, right?
Yep.
And you see all the boys have different promotions, whether it's Joey Janela or whether it's whoever it is, right? And
right.
You know, what's this guy with the blood sport?
Josh Barnett.
Yeah, Josh Barnett.
Yeah. And you see how wrestlers have a vision of what the wrestling should be like, and it's really cool, you know. And it's the same thing. Nobody's gonna know their character better than you. And we've seen guys like Matt Hardy with the Broken Universe and all that. So why not give a guy like you a chance to, you know, make your character how the way you envision it in your head. You know what I'm saying? Give him free reign. And if he doesn't do a good job, then you reel him in and you collaborate. But because I was watching the stuff with you and Ricky Starks, and it was good, and you guys were cutting good promos on each other too. They have a lot of good talkers over there.
Well, and it's amazing, and you guys should know, like when you hand a guy a mic and just go, you know, pull the leash off of him, what he can do, like what this business can be, and what angles can really draw people in. You know what I mean? I think the business is missing that raw emotion. You know what I mean? That guy that people 100%. Are like, man, he just.
That's why. Like, did you watch? I don't know how old you are, but did you watch like the old school, like Georgia wrestling, or
Mid-South?
Like everybody could talk. You know what I'm saying?
I was a world-class guy. I watched World Class and the Von Erichs, Iceman King Parsons.
Right.
Those were the guys that really, like, I saw draw emotion from fans and people. And that's what ultimately, like, drew me to the business. Like, I want to make people feel it, man. It's not about what I don't do cool shit. But if I can have a person that has spent all their money and they've got a little bit left, and it's either I can save on this or I can go buy a ticket to watch Trevor Murdoch, that's what I want to get out of them.
Now, I'll tell you, you're very right about that, because Nick had sent us a screener of the last show that you guys did, which was like a battle royal. And then at the end, you did a promo where you were crying. And it was very emotional because you could tell it was 100% from the heart, you know, and you couldn't even talk, and that it really meant a lot to you. So it was very easy to get behind a guy like you when you watch that.
Thank you. It's 100% real, man.
I saw that promo, and the first thing that went through my head is, the heel's got to go over on him the next match to screw him.
What a dick! What a dick!
I'll tell you this. You know what's entertaining that Battle Royal, though? Nick does good heel commentary.
Man, he was burying me. He was burying me.
He was absolutely burying you, and then you won. And then it's like, that was good. It was actually good.
Was
it was a good TV segment because it was just very simplistic. He kept burying you. This guy can't win. Then you won, and he got mad and tried to beat you up. And stuff. It was good stuff. You know, I was very entertained by it.
Well, and I've heard stories of like that's how wrestling used to be, a very easily digestible scenario where everybody can jump on.
Right.
And when I remember wrestling being like successful, top peak, everybody was over because of that fact. Like the whole card was over, not just one main guy. The whole show, everybody was over.
Right. Yeah. But let me tell you, bro. Okay, so the next big show, it's June 6th? Is that the big one? Is that where you go for the title?
Yeah, June 6th when our shadows fall. Me and Nick Aldis, man.
Who you got? Wait a minute. Okay, because Nick is a friend of the show.
Lost for words.
Trev, Nick is a friend of the show. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I think he was.
He was listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Joe, who do you got in that match?
Unfortunately, I'm going to agree with what Disco said. I think Nick may get a little underhanded and take the win.
Okay, Disco, who do you got?
We've noticed the Brits are kind of they're
underhanded,
sneaky.
They're not honorable.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Trev, I'm usually a heel and I am usually a dick, but I'm gonna go with the baby. I'm gonna go with you on this one. I'm gonna say that you're gonna score the upset on the world champion and maybe alleged booker Nick Aldis.
I hope so, boys. Like that would be the culmination of my career and would really kind of be the feather in the hat that me being a Harley guy.
It's the NWA title, right? It's the NWA title. Right?
Yeah, it's Sweet Charlotte.
The one Harley had. That's the one Harley had, right?
You think about the names.
Yeah, it's the exact one.
Harley Race, Ric Flair,
Terry, Dory,
the Colorado Kid.
Whoa.
I mean, like.
Well, and if you remember.
Blue Demon Jr.
Blue Demon Jr., right?
Like, it's hard for
the Almighty Sheik.
Like in Harley's office, he had that belt, and I would see that belt every time I would go in there to talk to Harley and ask him about something. Even when I was in WWE, I was still going back to the school and asking him, like, can you believe this shit I had to deal with this week? And I would tell him, and he would just laugh. Because you guys know that.
Let me tell you what was so
sometimes.
Trev, let me tell you what's so special about that belt. He held the belt when it meant something. Because let me tell you, back in the day, bro, motherfuckers were holding the belt for years. They weren't losing it every 2-3 months and under bullshit situations. And
they needed guys to market the magazines too. You put the guy on the cover with the belt, and everybody knows this guy's a champion. He's coming to. It's like you got to advertise the champ. So they would hold on the belt for a long time.
I never saw the Colorado Kid on a magazine cover.
No, that was the dark years of the NWA title.
I just remember like when the NWA title, it was like real men were champions. You know what I mean? Like it was a man's title.
Yeah.
And that's I think every wrestler kind of has their own championship that when they were looking like that's the one I want. You know what I mean? If I accomplish anything in the business, that's the one I want. And for me, it's always been the NWA World Heavyweight title.
Right. Well, that's when they wanted their champ to be legitimate. So whether it was Luthez or Jack Briscoe or Harley Race or Ted, you were getting a legit badass. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to be in that list. I want to so bad. Yeah. I want to so bad, boys. Yeah.
Well, just
on June 6th, I get my shot.
Yeah. Any other matches that we should look out for on that June 6th?
Man, you better watch out for Camille and Rosa. them girls are going to beat the snot out of each other. I don't want to reveal too much more outside of that. You know, it's company. We'll let the company divulge the rest. But I would definitely keep an eye on Rosa and Camille, man, because them girls are going to go out there and put on a show. Those ladies, they step up. Ladies wrestling, man. It's a gritty wrestling, and it's an aggressive, beat the shit out of you kind of wrestling. And to be honest with you, that's what I like. Like I'm a man's man when it comes to, I want just ground and pound and beat the shit out of, you know, lay the wood to somebody.
Right. Physicality.
Yeah. Like I'd rather, I mean, just give it to me. I'm a big boy. Let's go. Let's see who the tough guy is. And that's what I like.
Right. So let me ask you one more thing. Where can we find you? Where can people chop it up with you? Do you have a website, your socials, OnlyFans, whatever you got going on? Throw it out there.
My only
Grinder.
No, man. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at @TheRealTMurdoch, and I'm on Facebook. There's not too many people trying to be me and have a face like this. I'm really proud of my family, so I've got a ton of pictures of my wife and my children, and I'm very open about that. I'm a family man, and I'm just who I am, man.
Well, bro, this is the first time. This is the first time we've met, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, the first time. I was stoked to see Disco, but I was just as pumped to meet you, Konnan, because this is my first interaction with you ever.
All right. Well, very pleasant interaction, man. We hope you nothing but the best, you know, and you're the type of guys that make this business what it is today. Good luck against Nick Aldis. And I'm going to be watching that show. And I got two guys that are going to be coming in from Mexico, Bestia 450 and Mecha Wolf. Check them out, bro.
Yes, sir.
They're a good tag team.
Yes, sir. I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, bro. I want to thank Trevor Murdoch for being on, keeping it 100. Boom.
Peace, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
guys. Thank you, boys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, no problem. Man. Good luck in the future, my brother.
You too, guys. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Take care. Nice guy.
Tell he's a very super cool guy, yeah.